Hello, my friend. How do you do? My name is Don Matthews, and what we have before us is a MotifXS keyboard. Our next step in customizing the MotifXS is setting the master list. Now, if you ever notice, whenever you turn the motif on, it always has this master button lit up here, and it always starts off, unless you change it, with MotifXS Experience. Pardon the enunciation there, but with the master button, that's the particular mode where you can have up to 128 different voices right here, or you can have performances, or you can have patterns or songs exactly in the order that you want them. So essentially how it works is, if you look again to the right of the board here, or at the very right at the bottom row, the bottom three rows actually, what you'll see is A, B, C, D, E, F, etc. up to H, and you'll see 16 different buttons underneath there, numbered 1 through 16. Now, how this works is in master mode, we can in bank A, and that will have 16 different voices, performances, or patterns or songs in whatever order I want going through the board. I mean, 1 through 16 in bank A, 1 through 16 B, C, D, E, F, G, and H, all of them respectively. Now, what we're going to learn here is how to set that. So say, for instance, on the first particular thing I want to see, because you actually have this set up to where when you turn the board on, you can see exactly what you want to see, the very patch when it first comes on. So what we could do is I'm going to go here. I say I want to see a piano when I turn the board on. That's the first thing I want in my master list. So what I'll do, whenever I want to do something like that, I'll go to where it says modes here, and make sure this is highlighted. And I'll bring my finger down to where it says edit, and then I'll press the edit button. When I press the edit button, I'll look to the screen, and there I'll see, you'll actually see where it says the mode that it's in, that's saved there. It'll be performance. So if I want on location number 1 in master mode, the first patch, if I want that to be a voice instead of a performance, and what I can do, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can bring that in closer. On your keyboard, you'll see performance. So say I can make it a pattern. I can make it using my wheel or my buttons here. I could go here and turn that into, say I wanted to make it a performance, a voice, or a pattern, or a song. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it for a voice, because what I want is a piano to start with. So I'm going to hit it to where it goes down to voice, and then I'll cursor down to where it says the bank, the memory, the bank, where it says pre-1. And then if I want to change the piano I want to use, I can hit category search, which will bring up the whole list of pianos in the board. So if I want to use something other than a full concert grand, I can use my cursor here, or I can use a wheel, either one, and go down the list to the piano that I want. And say I want the concert grand piano. Well, I can press enter. And another thing I can do is I can come down at the bottom here, it'll say get the name. So again, we'll put my finger where it says get name, bring it straight down to the corresponding button, and it'll say completed. So when I hit exit out of this mode, what I'll see is concert grand piano. Now I'm not done yet, I want to store it. So what I'll go here to where it says store, again where the mode buttons are, and come down to where it says store, which is on the right hand side of where enter and your cursors and your wheel is. Hit store, and when you go to the screen, it'll basically say asking you where do you want to store it to, and typically the first one is under bank A, which is right here, bank A, number 1. That's what it says right here, bank A, number 1. And it says enter to execute. And what I'll do is I'll press enter. And then also, are you sure? Go here, it says yes. And when I turn the keyboard on, I'll see concert grand piano. Now say, for instance, if the next song I'm going to play is going to be playing a song or a pattern on the next tune I'm going to do, and then we're running a production track or whatever, then I can go here to number 2, because this is A1. I go to number 2 in the master list, and of course that has full concert grand piano on number 2 as well. What I want to do is I want to change that to a song. So what I can do is I can come here to where it says edit, and I come back to that same screen where it says right now it's in voice mode because it's a piano. I can use my cursor up. When I hit the up button, I'm going to cursor up to where it says voice. And then what I can do is I can use my buttons right here, increment and decrement, to go in and say I can hit it to where it's until it says pattern. You may not be able to see it very well on your computer screen, but definitely you'll see it well right there on your keyboard. It'll say pattern, and then I can whatever one I've got. Like I say, if it's the first song, or which is the name of the song is Someday, well then I can select that if I want, or I can use my cursor down, and I can select a different song. So I cursor over to the right, and I can select a different song if I like. Right where you want to say, if I want to go to the second one, I'll use my increment buttons or my wheel. It doesn't matter which. And a fractal tripper. Say if I want to go to another song and hit enter, hit the yes button again right here. And down here, down here, that's the name of the song. And if I want, I can have a 4-way split on my keyboard if I want to. I can have a 4-way split where 4 of the sounds can be played right here out of my pattern if I like. I'll show you how to do that later. But cursor down. You can turn that zone switch on if you want. So now we're pretty much done setting that where that wants to be. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get the name here, the screen, go down to where it says get the name, and it's got it. And then of course I can go here to store it, and it will verify. It'll say number 2, bank A, which means for you to access it, it'll be bank A, section A or bank A to number 2. And when I'm ready to go ahead and save it, I go ahead and I press the button that says enter, and it's are you sure? And I go over here and I press yes, and it's done. So we've just set up 2 of them. Down here is number 2, and if I go to number 1, I'll see the piano that I've had here. And you can do this again for 16 different sounds, and for up to 8 banks of 16, which is 116 sounds. So you can have your entire show set up to where you turn the board on, you'll see exactly what you want to see. Utilizing master mode. All right, my friend, enjoy. Bless you. Bye-bye.